Realtors are walking away from the real estate industry. Let's talk about it. Before we get into the clips, I want to give you my understanding. Like I said, being a realtor can be really tough. Outside of how you see it glamorized on Netflix television shows and cable TV programming, how glamorous a realtor is. You see them pull up in the Porsche, the G wagon. They're showing multi-million-dollar homes, and everything is great. But I mean, for the average typical realtor, that's definitely not a day in their life. Like I said, the average realtor is probably making about 50, 60 grand on average. Just to think about it, making 50 to 60 grand. A lot of cases, you probably don't have any benefits, and you have to use your own personal vehicle to drive around town, deal with various buyers and a lot of their unrealistic expectations. All that to maybe make $50,000, $60,000 a year. So, I mean, I definitely see why realtors are leaving the industry in droves. But let's get into the clips.
I quit real estate when I had nearly like 8 deals ready to close, and I always say that I do not like real estate, and here's why. And let me make sure I clarify. I don't hate real estate as a whole. I don't hate real estate investing. I hate being a realtor. And to put it simply, I think the amount of input it takes isn't worth the output that you can get. Like, what made me realize that I need to dip and find a field that makes more money was when they were doing like those like award ceremonies for realtors. So they're supposed to be like the top people in the space, and they're making not even $1 million a year. Like, if you're a really good agent, I think you make like 200K a year as like a top-notch agent. And keep in mind, I'm talking about residential agents. If you're a commercial broker and you do well, you make a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, like 200K might sound like a lot to some people, but I have way bigger goals, bro. And like the amount of work it takes to be like a top-notch agent, bro, it's a ton of work, Obviously, eventually you get to a point where you can like outsource, you can have people cold call for you, all this stuff. But it takes an insane amount of time to even get to that point. And when you are to that point where like you're outsourcing everything and all that stuff, you're still not making a ton of bread. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to be in a field where the ceiling's higher. Like day trading, the ceiling's higher than that. And now I do like social media marketing. The ceiling is higher than that, bro. I'm like a low tier social media marketer, and I make more than that. I think it teaches you the discipline of like what it takes to be an entrepreneur and like a business owner and stuff like that. But like I said, bro, I don't think the cap is where I need it to be.
Okay, I mean, like I said, nothing wrong with his personal decision. Basically, he's saying realtors do not make enough. His opinion, 200 grand is not enough for all the stress to go through to be a realtor. I mean, most people probably would be happy with 200 grand though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, if the average realtor is making 50, 60, if most of them were making 200, they probably would be pretty happy. But I guess that's few and far between. He did mention something about option trading. I mean, I think like over 97, 98% of people fail at that. I mean, option trading sounds good, but that takes a lot of time to perfect that skill and craft.
This video is for anybody considering going into real estate or think that we make hundreds of thousands of dollars in a month. We do not. So this is specifically for you. So this is based off a $600,000 price and 3% for buyer or seller side. So $18,000 after our commission of 3%. After our broker splits, we have $10,800. Fees and insurance, $10,400. Then after taxes, $6,450, and other expenses, $5,450. Now, I get so many people that just think we make so much money. We don't. And what's crazy is we don't get a deal closed every single month. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we get multiple in a month. That is not always the case though. So imagine going and having that check after 3 months. That's gonna pay nobody's bills. So the next time you're like, real estate agents, they just get so much money. We don't always. I wish we did. Shoot, imagine $18,000 check. Oh, every month? That'd be nice, but we don't.
Again, like I said, that's why so many people are leaving the real estate industry. As you can see, sometimes it can either be feast or famine. And like I said, in an economy that's inflation is literally out of control. Not knowing what you're going to make from month to month can be very scary for a lot of people, especially if you don't have a spouse or you don't have the proper reserves. But I will say though, that broker split was pretty nasty, 60-40. Maybe this was a new agent, or maybe she's a new agent. Probably could negotiate that a little bit better, maybe to an 80-20 or a 90-10 split. So that would bring a little bit more money on the table. Also with taxes, I mean, you probably would definitely want to get a good accountant, so you'll be able to write things off and then, keep more money in your pocket.
If you're thinking about becoming a real estate agent, you may want to reconsider. New data just came out that 60,000 realtors have left the industry just since the beginning of the year. When we started 2023, we had 1.6 million realtors, and as of June, we're down to 1.54. This is still a very high number for the industry, but I have a feeling that this is just the beginning. If we look back to pre-pandemic levels and also over the past 20 years, usually the industry tops out at around 1.4 million agents. And with data showing that the number of home sales is down 25% over the past year, I think it's only a matter of time before more agents start to call it quits. This isn't anything new. For people who've been in the industry, they know when real estate prices are soaring, a lot of people want to jump in and they want to become an agent because they think it's quick, easy money. And with data like this coming out that there's 40% fewer homes for sale than there were pre-pandemic, there just clearly isn't enough business to go around. And I know real estate agents aren't exactly the most beloved group of people in the United States, so I definitely don't expect anybody to weep for us. My main point in all of this is that the pandemic years were probably the golden years to be a real estate agent. You had the lowest interest rates of all time. You had people flush with cash that they got from the pandemic, from stimulus, from PPP loans, and they were also stuck at home where they valued home more than anything. The catch is that now nobody wants to sell their home, and in my opinion, we probably mortgage our future.
Spot on. Like I said, pandemic money, low interest rates. Like I said, people were buying with no concern or no regard. I mean, now that interest rates are elevated, home prices are elevated as well. I mean, if you have a home and you have a low interest rate, it makes no sense for you to really sell your home. I mean, because you're going to sell it, and yeah, you may have some equity in it, but I mean, prices are so high, and interest rates are going to be so high. You're gonna be in a worse off positions. Like I said, it's going to be very, very tough for realtors. Like I said, I think in the near future. Again, like I said, only the strong probably will survive. Um, yeah, like I said, if you don't have the proper reserves, like I said, or some type of significant other who can carry the burden, it's going to be tough.
Let me tell you why I quit being a real estate agent. So it was just something that I wanted to try because when I originally wanted to get into real estate, which was spring of 2019 is when I decided to get into real estate. I thought I was going to become a real estate agent then. Now, in class, I found out about wholesaling, so I quit class and started wholesaling. Boom, down, 15,000 in a week. As soon as I quit class, like, yeah, I want my turn. But anyway, so 2020, was it 2020? Yeah, December 2020. No. Take that back. The summer of 2020, I purchased a real estate course online. So I'm like, I'm gonna get this real estate agent thing and try again and see. I'm gonna finish the class and see if I like it. Since I'm moving to Georgia, then I may want to become a real estate agent in Atlanta. So I take the course and I quit. It's online, so I can go back and self-paced. So I decided to finish it in December. I finished it in probably like a few days or something, probably maybe even a day. But I finished all the hours. I took the course, I passed it. Got my real estate license and I joined the brokerage. My first brokerage, I lasted less than a week for sure. It's just I knew off that it wasn't for me. I switched to EXP. It was virtual and it was it was okay. But I still wasn't feeling the whole real estate agent thing. Okay, well, so you have to pay desk fees, brokerage fees, all of that's fine because you're getting started. You're starting a business, I look at it, it's like that. But the issue came in, I switched to Coldwell Bank Commercial because I decided to become a commercial real estate agent. Now here's where the issue came in for me. I liked having access to the commercial real estate, I forgot what it's called, but to be able to see the properties or whatever. Now you can see properties on PropStream, but it isn't as detailed as the MLS, the commercial MLS listings, whatever. I can't even remember this how fast I got in and out. But so I was looking at it like this. When I was getting commercial deals, it was like I'm leaving so much money that could be going to my pockets because I gotta pay the brokerage. So you gotta pay a broker a percentage of your fees, and when you get your commission, it's so much lesser than it could have been if you would have wholesaled and got an assignment fee. So say that.
Okay, so I pretty much have an understanding of what she's saying here. Sounds like she wanted to be a realtor, but when she started to get into being an actual real estate agent and started closing a few deals, she noticed a lot of money that was coming out of her commission check. Like the previous video I shown when the woman showed she paid 600,000 for the house, you had the 3% commission of that, and then all the fees and taxes that was associated with that. She felt like it was not worth the squeeze with the amount of effort she had to put out. She found that wholesaling deals are basically where you like it's kind of like you get a house under contract and you kind of middleman the deal. You get a house under contract, and let's say you find a distressed property, and maybe this you've done your research and this property is worth 300,000, right? You able to reach out to a distressed seller. Maybe you're able to get the property for 200, 220, right? Then you have a pool of buyers, so maybe you buy the house, they put 20, 30 grand into it, and then they're able to make a profit. So she felt like it would be better to wholesale because she would make more money and it would be less fees, which is true. As you can see, being a real estate agent can be very tough. Like I said, you see the glitz and the glam on TV, but like I said, those agents, number one, they're selling $1 million properties, so the commission is much more. And when you're at that level of the game, it's really all about relationships, who you know. As you see here, I mean, she didn't even make was 20 grand in a whole year. So like I said, you're going to have reserves, or going to have a financial support system.
I'll be honest with y'all real quick. I've been a full-time realtor for 2 years now, and I'm tired of it. My thing is, I like what I do. It's just the process of it all takes a minute to get somebody to the finish line of purchasing a home. And also, it's commission only. Now, commission only is okay, especially in those months when I got like 5 closings. Like those months, I'm really okay with commission. But it's just like the uncertainty around commission, because like I'm gonna have those months when I get 5 deals closed, and I might have the next month where I don't get any closed. So I just think personally for me that being commission only is just not my avenue that I want to go on. I want to have some sort of guaranteed check. So I'm thinking about getting into tech sales. So I just started a course yesterday for tech sales, and I already have the transferable skills because I've been doing real estate for the past 2.5 years. So I'm hoping that will be a better avenue. But my people that are commission only, like, how do you live your life, especially if you live on your own? How do you live your life and like with confidence? And I've been working on my mindset with this too, because like I feel like that also comes from like a scarcity mindset along with everything else. So, but I know I would feel more comfortable if I have a guaranteed check. And a lot of the skills that I learned in real estate, I can transfer over to tech sales, and I can have commission and a guaranteed check. So yeah, that's my honest review. Now, I said all that, and I'm still not like quitting real estate. Like, you can do real estate part-time, and I already have 2 new builds in contract. So, and that takes like a year to close. So I'll definitely still be taking over my license to 2024. But it's just, I don't want that to be my only stream. I want another one. I want another one.
Oh yeah, she kept it real. Like I said, the thing with real estate, like she said, when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. It could be feast or famine. Again, like I said, to be a realtor, definitely, especially if you're just starting out, you're going to need another stream of income. Like I said, or have the reserves to last. Because like I said, there's going to be good months and there's going to be bad months. There's going to be month 2, 3 months you only sell 1 or 2 properties. Then it may be another couple months where you get a big 15, 20, $30,000 check, and you have to be able to preserve that money. Like I said, it's not so much about having a scarcity mindset, but you have to have really good money management and budget skills if you're going to be a realtor, especially when you're first starting out.
There are 70,000 realtors who have left the industry this year. 70,000. Poof. Why? I'll tell you why. Since 2020, there were a lot of new realtors because the real estate market was great. People were moving, people were selling, so everyone was just getting these deals coming in. Now, not so much. Suddenly, everything has shifted this year, and it's a lot harder. There are less people making a move, statistically. Still people moving, but less. And so now, all these realtors have had to leave the industry. Now things have changed. We as realtors have to adapt and evolve to the market. I just put a video on my YouTube channel on how to thrive in this market and not fail out. So if you're one of those people who are on the edge, I'd recommend watching that video. And leave any questions in the comments.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to adapt. Like I said, the pandemic, it was a lot of money out there, and there was a lot of realtors that really didn't have that much experience or know-how, but still was able to run up a nice check. Like I said, nowadays with the increased interest rates and increased prices, not too many people are looking to buy a home, or maybe they're going to probably sit on the sidelines and wait for things to, rates to go down. Or you have people who have a low interest rate and they're not really looking to sell their home because it just doesn't make financial sense. But let me know in the comments below, any realtors, let me know how you're faring in this real estate market. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.